Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I'm back with another replay that I took from the front page of drop.sc, but it appears to be just a teeny bit dated. It was wow, okay, it was uploaded about 4 hours ago, go figure. Um, if you will. I don't mean to say that that is outdated, but I mean to say more particularly, what was it? I'll forget about it. I think this is okay. Ah, jeez. Um, what I meant to say was, this must have been played on a server about 4 hours ago that hasn't gotten the 2.1 or the 2.10 patch just yet, and that means we just have basically this replay reverting to its old self, if you will. Funny, it's not even 4 hours old, not even 5 hours old, and I have to call it old. But you know, now's the time to give both of our players their intros. Lower left-hand corner, spawning as our blue Protoss. It's EG's in control. Are you gonna be at Nesty wedding coaching him? And in the upper right-hand corner, I'm not sure what the govT stands for, but his name is Kelazhur. The map we're on right now is Whirlwind LE. As you can see, just looking at the minimap, it does look like a bit of a tornado. But talking about this map more specifically in the context of PvT, TVP, whatever have you, I do think that it's possible that we're going to see lots of drop play. I mean, first and foremost, mech play. It's doable to an extent versus Terran, excuse me, versus Protoss, but not the, say, premier choice. I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta get some new... I gotta get my, there we go, my hotkeys back. Sorry about that. But, mech is only doable to an extent versus Protoss. I mean, think about it. Mass Void Rays, getting those Templar out, getting some Storms out. Zealots and Void Rays combined together take down Thors really easily. And of course they charge forward against siege tanks. So, yeah. But for the time being, we see EG in control going for a very normal opener. That is to say, double gas before the gateway, or excuse me, before the cybernetics core gets started. Typically, what I think this will open most doors to is maybe a Stargate opener at the best. But of course, it could also lead to, say, force field sentry opener. Wow, force field entry opener. Wow. Immortals. Excuse me, not Immortals, but a Robo Bay as well. And it looks like we're just going to have a straight-up bio transition from Kelazhur, or bio opener, if you will. Not going to fool around with any of this 1-on-1 stuff, and that's basically indicative that he may try to go for a triple orbital command. Something about it just screams that to me, but I can't really place my finger on it. I did do some laddering earlier today, but unfortunately I didn't ladder on the NA server. I was laddering on the EU server because NA was shut down. But altogether, now we have Kelazhur just moving out, trying to scout EG in control, figure out what Jeff Robinson's up to. Jeff Robinson sees the natural command center, if you will, and he should know by now that it's actually getting turned into an orbital command. But in control, actually throwing down a proxy pylon and a proxy Stargate. Okay, so what we have to stop and think about for just a moment is not only the fact that Jeff has gone for kind of dangerous one-base tech up, if you will, but he's done it with tech that he's essentially going to be throwing away. So not only are we going to see him basically have to get a lot of SCV kills, we're talking, I think, minimum, especially given the fact that his opponent, or that he himself is not expoed yet. I think he's going to have to go and kill somewhere in the range of about 13 workers for this to really be worth his time, because of course our Terran will not only have more SCVs, but he'll have the ability to make mules, get that economy up, things like that. But altogether, it looks like the first Oracle is on its way, being chronoed out. And there's no static defenses at home, not even an engineering bait just yet, but Kelazhur, you know, he's got a lot of Marines, he's got a lot of barracks as well. And something isn't right here, something just tipped him off. Interesting. How does he know he should actually put those Marines in the main? Well, at any rate, the Oracle is already out. And, ooh, well, iNControL manages to save it for the time being. Pulls it back to the natural. And he's going to get a lot of relatively uncontested worker kills here. If not just superbly delay mining time. That Oracle is in no real threat from that single Marine in the bunker, but of course it doesn't have the energy it takes to take it down, or the DPS really. But iNControl's second Oracle is now on the way. And he's got a third one, excuse me, on the way to the main, and then he's got a third one in production as well. There's only 3 Marines in the main. There's no missile turrets here. This actually paves the way for a lot of damage to be done to the mineral line. But wait, it looks like that Oracle is on low HP. 1, 5, 10 HP, whatever have you. It's actually doing a lot of damage, but speaking of damage, this one's going to be shut down, but the last Oracle is being rallied out. The A move, or not the A move, but the rally point out manages to save that first Oracle, or excuse me, that second Oracle. Third Oracle, second Oracle is coming back into the main and racking up as many Marine kills as it can. Now, 8 workers have been killed to this point in the game, and iNControL is getting a few more, just a few more, and it looks like the last Marine, oh, did not get that Oracle kill. Poor guy stuck at 3 HP, and now he's just going to swipe out. Actually, he's going to take both of his Oracles out, and he still has a third one to boot. I actually thought he had lost one somewhere. But to this stage in the game, his losses have been only 575 minerals, as opposed to the 1,400 of Kelazhur. And the 12 workers that he lost along the way. Okay, so even with a minimum, not quite the minimum that I was thinking of being reached in terms of worker kills, we still see EG iNControL. In some ways behind, in some ways ahead. He's actually just a teeny bit supply block there. I think he might have overcommitted just a little bit with the harassment he was doing. And he's got a forward pylon over here getting ready to crank out some counterattacks if it really comes down to it. But right now, the question is, what are the army sizes looking like? Because Jeff has about 24 army supply, and Kelazhur, well, he's got a lot, but he doesn't have stim. So as long as he doesn't have stim, he's not going to be able to directly engage this all that well. Sentry's chasing it down. Of course, Stalkers not only outrange Marines, they actually outrun them too. And ouch, 2 Marines actually falling in all this. Oracle's coming in and wiping everything out, sealing the deal for iNControL to really move across the map. And he's got a lot more reinforcements on the way where that came from. Mainly the warp gates. So this is going to be a bit of a 4-gate contain while he macros up just a teeny bit. Getting those double gases. He might even be able to end the game right here, perhaps. I think. I mean, Kelazhur, he doesn't have any Marauders in the mix. He's got a tech lab on one of those barracks, but it's not quite working out. There we go. Guardian Shield goes up. SCV is being pulled from the mineral line. And the Marines, although they don't have stim, they're actually faring pretty well against what EG iNControL has thrown at him in wave number 1. Wave number 2 is going to be essentially many, many more Stalkers. We need to see medevacs out. And there are 2 on the way, but we have to still see Kelazhur just basically stim as carefully as humanly possible. Behind this, I think we're actually going to see EG iNControL kind of move forward with this. Yes, indeed, the Zealots are actually there to tank. Guardian Shield goes up yet again. Time Warp goes down again. Excuse me, just once, actually, it seems. And it looks like all these Marines are trying to move forward, but Kelazhur, holding on for dear life, manages to take down the Mothership Core and quite a few of these forward units. Beautiful force field wall up. That actually gives EG iNControL the moment to get back home. He's like, okay, maybe a bit of a stiff overcommitment there. So what does Kelazhur do now? He might be a little bit nervous. I think this is something we could call the Joes versus, excuse me, the average Joes versus Pro series, if you will. Because of course, I don't mean to bash Kelazhur in any way, but he's got high MMR. He's actually seen this is probably not his first time playing against iNControL on the ladder, but ultimately, you know, I mean, iNControL, he's more of a casting personality than he is a pro. We all know that. But he was once GM, and he's the captain of EG in a way of moral and enthusiasm that almost no one else can match. And Kelazhur is about to stim an A move up into that. Force Field's apparently just barely enough, but the Stalkers kind of forcing those Marines to go into a bit of a funnel there. And they're a bit reluctant to engage up into that little, I guess you could say, super narrow choke that we saw Jeff just make. He's got a Colossus on the way, but it's not done yet. It's got, you know, another 40 seconds to go. He's got a Chrono boosted out, and it might just hit just a little bit too late for him to defend. The Force Fields, where are they? Few too little. The Colossus is about to pop out just as we see Photon Overcharge going down on the Natural Nexus. And, wait, what about the... it's hard to say. What about the Marines? Okay. Dancing back and forth. I think we actually see iNControL in a position to lose that Colossus. Yes, he actually holds miraculously, but the losses are immense. Look at the army supply right now. It's 15 from iNControL to the 50 of his opponent, Kelazhur. Now there's a drop going down into the main. iNControL kind of intercepting these bit by bit, and the Marines are falling one at a time, kind of surrounding the Colossi, targeting them down. No, not at all. But it looks like Jeff trying desperately to hold on in this engagement, and he does for the time being. Warping in another wave of Stalkers. Behind this, Marauders with concussive shells will be joining the fight. But it looks like, oh no, our Terran only has the ability to make one at a time. Still, it'll slowly but surely add to the unit count. What iNControL is basically facing right now could be his end, the end of his life in this game. 30 supply difference. Marines stimming to get away. One of them couldn't stim because, of course, if he did, that would have meant instant death. He takes one shot and dies anyway. Okay, so Kelazhur about to throw down his third command center. And iNControL looks like he dropped a little probe there, and he went ahead and killed him. He's trying to take his own third. He's actually pretty far behind, all things considered, really. I mean, he can't mine from that base until it's actually done, and his opponent's third is already secured. And behind this, Kelazhur is actually going to basically, I think, move onto that third. Stim, attack, get in, get out. There are now Vikings joining the mix as the Colossus needs something to counter them from Kelazhur. Beautiful force field, almost. But this choke looks like it's just far too out of favor for Kelazhur. Bit of an overcommitment, and he loses a couple of Vikings. So altogether, for iNControL to come back in this, I mean, he did a good job at holding his third. Well, I mean, killing off some of the army at his third, but altogether his production is suffering. You know, his opponent's about to get +2/+2 finished. He's only on +1/+1. Hasn't even started on +2/+2. He's getting Zealot legs behind this. It could help him out just a little bit, but ultimately he's going to need something that deals really, really good shockwave DPS. We're talking, what is it? We're talking Psionic Storm, essentially. But it looks like we do have a Doom Drop going into the main right now, and this doesn't have to kill Jeff right here, right now. It could just kill a bunch of gateways down here, which, of course, Kelazhur has vision of. And if he could just kill all of those gateways, it would put so much hurt on Mr. iNControL, Mr. Robinson. As you can see, everything drops, everything stims, everything attacks, and the rally point for everything that we have coming out from Kelazhur is going to be at the third. Meanwhile, the main Nexus, it looks like it's going to fall inevitably. iNControL pulls back everything into his main. Stims, A moves out, ignites Afterburners, and presto changeo, his bio is all safe. He's landing his Vikings. That's pretty unique, as we do see a bunch of rallied Marines and Marauders going in for the kill on the third. Perhaps we could see a Doom Drop on top of the main army, but I'm very doubtful of that. Yeah, I could be wrong about that, but Colossus do fall, and it looks like we have some very unique play from Kelazhur, actually doing a damn good job of wiping out iNControl's main army, and thus securing his 5 minutes of fame on YouTube via Breaker Casting. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys liked what you saw today, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. This has been Breaker. I will see you guys next time.